Welcome back. Now, before we took a short commercial break, in studio with me is Agnes, who is a publicist at Terrorism New Media, and we're just discussing, public relations in the music industry and trying to understand how exactly it works and how artists can take advantage of this and build their brands. Now, we've talked about so much, Agnes, but one thing I also wanted to know is, obviously the market is very competitive in the, PR space for musicians. What would you say yourself, from your experience, is the most competitive thing about being in that particular industry?
I would say, well, you know how we say it, the cake is too big, we can't finish. Actually, what happens is...
You want to share it out?
Yeah, please, let us share. Also, imagine we need more. We need more people, because the more there is, many of us, the more the industry grows.
Okay.
Because sometimes I find myself in a situation where I can't handle more than even 2 projects. Even 2 is like, honestly, because once I get you as an artist, I want to give you full attention. Because I'm the same person calling you Brenda. So I might call you, then you say, Apana, we don't have a slot for this artist, or because they're not matching or whatever. So by the time I'm getting a client, I want to concentrate on that client.
Okay.
So we need many of us. So if you... Also, I can say it's not an easy
space to
join. Yeah, it's not an easy job to do, because you get to deal a lot with artists who, artists, it's their way or the highway, and you get to deal with the media. And honestly, and let me call myself, because also I'm a part of media, we are not the easiest people. So it's a career that needs grace from here to London and back.
Clearly.
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, the clients you've worked with, have you ever found yourself in a... No, actually, how do you find the clients? Do they come to you, or you go ahead and pitch your work and they come to you?
So it's either way, because most of the job I've gotten is through the word of mouth. Like, I worked with someone and like, okay, you have a song that you're releasing, please call Agnes, she'll be able to deliver, and she's good, and all that. So also there's a way we can be able, let's say, identify artist X, and you're talking about you're releasing your project in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, and we reach out, we can write you an email, hey, we'd want to work with you, and how about you work with you, we partner with you doing PR in this project. So it's either way. There's no structure around it. It's how hungry you are, because you need money.
Yeah, it's very true. Actually, on that point, since Kenyans tend to they're very hesitant in terms of paying money, especially for music PR, and trying to see the value it actually brings in someone's brand. How are you able to convince, artists the importance of this, and how them investing that money will actually turn out to be something good? Well,
sometimes it becomes like pulling teeth, because
they don't understand. We're very sensitive when it comes to price.
Yes. The minute you have other people, other professionals handling your brand, especially PR managers, promoters, is because it brings professionalism to your work as an artist. In any, as an artist, stick to writing, stick to doing music, because you see, the more you actually be a master. Don't be a jack of all trades. You don't want, today you're calling, tomorrow you're doing this. You'll neutralize that. And because pushing, let's say, a project is a lot of work, it takes like 4 good weeks. Yeah, because I'll book stations, so you find yourself, you have like an artist who's engaged for a whole month. Imagine you've stopped your skill of writing and doing everything, you're focusing on pushing. Because like my co-founder, my partner, who is my husband, he was an artist, and that's why they suffered, because they didn't have someone who was so, wametoka studio, they've shot the video, that now again we are going to pushing. By the time you're realizing time has gone, before you go back again to studio for consistency and release something else, you're literally panting. You can't. So your creativity goes. So it is important to let professionals handle, but I'm talking about PR professionals, and talking about professional managers, because we have scenarios where people think the music business is reckless, as in I think I can again try be a manager. Do you think I can qualify? I know nani. I know. No, it's being bought into the vision of an artist, because by the time an artist or a label, they're putting in money, that money in one way or another, even if it's after 5 years, it will need to come back. So you don't need to joke around with an investment. So as an artist, invest in all those people, especially a PR person and a manager and a promoter, but let them be professionals. Vet them. Ask them questions, because you're the one who has hired them. We tend to think it's the other way around, like the manager has hired the artist. No, it's the other way around. I am working for you, you've hired me. So you need to find a professional, someone who they say, I'll get you XYZ interviews, and if I don't, I'll sit down with you and explain. I'll get you XYZ gigs. I've worked with this artist. This is where we came from. This is where we have reached. So please, because sometimes artists tend just to be blind and sit down. Even if it's a label approaching you, they want to sign you, we'll give you a car, we'll give you a house. Find out, do background check, because in the music business, people tend to be, I don't know why, unprofessional. That's the word I can use. There are many people lying around thinking they're professional, but in real sense they are, and they will mess you up. They'll mess your brand, and it will take you a long time to get to where you have wanted. So make sure you're dealing with someone who is professional.
Okay. And when we talk about this, obviously the projects you do for these artists, even the campaigns you run for them, how much does it cost roughly? You know, and you've been an OG in this game, so I'm sure the price is going up each year.
There longer than me, and I say respect the OGs who've been there. People who
you could have a rough estimation of how much you could end up, you know, for
projects are different. Projects are different. I don't want to mention prices because I could scare away someone, or I could just say, and they're like, see, I had wanted to pay you 1 million. See the way you've said money. But call us, so let's sit down, let's talk. I always tell people, don't let money be a barrier. Come and tell me, I have a budget of, I'll tell you I charge this for this 1 month, this is what I'll give you, this is what we'll do. But tell them, tell me, this is what I have, what can we be able to do? Establish that rapport, because also, you need to factor in the people who are so talented. Sometimes you want to jump on board and say, Aki, I'll do this for free. So you never know. You never let money not be that hindrance that no, we can't work. Tell me, I can afford this. What can we do with this? And then if I won't pick it, I'll be in a position to advise. This is how you can maneuver around this.
Okay. Well, you heard it from Agnes. You just give her a phone call. She'll give you the pricing for her services. Now, I just want to move on to talking about what are some of the things artists should consider when they're looking for a PR company that obviously understands the vision they have for themselves as an artist.
Have a background check of them. What have they done? What have they not done? Because all these things, like I was telling you off mic, it's relationships. You know, it is, are you in my vision? Are you understanding what I want to achieve? Does the does the PR person understand, I'm a hip hop artist, this artist, I want to go here, I want to go there? Because probably what we do is very mainstream. We are seen like mainstream because maybe many of the projects I've done are mainstream, but there are artists that I've worked with, they're not mainstream, you know, because you could make money two ways. They could be the mainstream way. There's an artist she works on performing corporate events, she's a live performer, and she makes her money, because at the end of it all, it's what you're good at. And so look at, does the PR person understand your vision? Have they worked with an artist of your kind before? Did they deliver? And also ask around, ask people who I've worked with, or because you know there are people who put, I've worked with these artists. Maybe you just rub shoulders along the corridors and you think, just so do a background check, ask around, and don't go into any work relationship blindly. If you're not comfortable and if you're not sure whether your requirements will be met.
And obviously earlier on you mentioned that you know, the PR music industry space is growing, and you know, the more people come, the bigger you guys grow. And I just want to lastly ask you, where do you see the PR industry, especially the music space in Kenya, going in the next few years?
For sure, we are growing. We are growing a lot. And my desire, especially for our music, because I call it a business, because it's a business like any other. Femi Kuti was saying, it's like law, it's like a doctor, it's a career, guys. So we are growing, we're going international. We would love even to work with people from outside, because one thing I learned is we don't have people who go and take our music out there, because if we don't take our music out there, no one will take it out for us, because it's not that our music is so bad. I'm sure we've listened to worse things from other countries.
Yeah,
Please, yeah. Cut us some slack. We've listened, because I believe Kenya has very, very beautiful and wonderful artists, and for each target audience. By the way, if you want the mature, chill, cool, come and collected, I could name artists for that. If you want we are going down, I could name you artists for that. But the main thing is, how do we export this out there? So my desire as Agnes and as Terrazzo is to be able to go set up Terrazzo South Africa or Terrazzo West Africa, you know, the one that is handling the west side of Africa, one that is handling the south side of Africa.
East.
We remain here in the east. Then after that, let's go Europe, let's go Asia, let's go wherever, because our music needs to be taken out there. But if we don't take it out there, nobody will take it out for us. And because artists can do it, they need to partner with people who can be able to do it. Like, we went to Uganda sometimes last year, but one where we took one of our artists out there, and there's so much appreciation. Then when we came from there, went to Tanzania, and we did the same, because we see these people coming here because they know there's an opportunity. But until you know, until you go there, you'll never know. And it's not easy. Honestly, it's not easy going to Siju where and being accepted. Even you, when you're told to move from your house to another house, and like, this hood is new. It's not easy, but nothing that is worth fighting for is easy. There has to be soldiers in the war who have to be wounded. So there's an artist who has to decide, I'm looking for money, I'm paying a plane ticket, I am going to pay for accommodation, I'm gonna be in, let's say, Tanzania to start with for the next whatever. I'll partner with Agnes, who knows a PR person from Tanzania. They're gonna book for me my interviews, and I'm gonna start talking about myself. And it's a vision. We need to have a broader vision. I don't have a problem for artists who want to remain local and remain Kenyan. Perfect, good for you. But I believe there's so much potential for us
to grow.
We need to take it out there.
Great. Thank you so much for this amazing advice and information. Now I know when I decide to be a musician who I'm coming to. Not going anywhere else. I was not, oh my God, your name is very different. Nonsizi Agnes right there. Thank you so much again. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to jump right into taking a look at the movies on Netflix that are coming up very soon. Don't go anywhere. You're watching E! Magazine.